Hey guys, currently 9:08 p.m. Starting my next vlog, and yeah, I'm gonna organize that monstrosity behind me because it's friggin' crooked. And I'm gonna like spaz, honestly. I'm like close to spazzing. This is lots of fun. Bye. Yeah, I got a Cody Rhodes quote. Or Cody. He's actually fucking Dusty's kid. For God's sake, just give him back his name rights, WWE. Seriously. You can't own the rights to somebody's actual last name, douchebags. I'm really liking how this has turned out. Yay. Well, it's not so bad. Well, it's not so bad. It isn't crooked. Yes, that's not crooked! I'm so happy. Oh god, I was gonna give up and just go to bed, but I'm gonna try and sort this out tonight and see how it works, and if not, I'm going to sleep. So that's my update for now. Let's just take a look. Let's take a... Hi, Molly Dolly. She really does love me, I swear. So does this one here. This little nugget. Love you, boo. Miss you. Yep, that's Chandler Ring on my wall. Whoopah! What's whoopah? You know, whipped. Whoopah! My god, you can't do anything. Oh, I screwed that up. Oh my god. Wow, it looks rough. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mid-60s in Memphis.
Yeah, what was that about? Actually, let me stop you right there, because I remember when Memphis Heat came out, that was one of the interesting things. I had never heard about them having issues. I mean, I didn't know too much about everything they had done at that point, but what was the Heat? Because even when they made Memphis Heat, those two guys are cutting promos on each other.
Yeah, there was just there was heat, but they were in the newspapers because they had called and threatened to kill each other, and this was going to happen.
What he's saying here, but let's be real, he didn't have a grueling match, any way, shape, or form. But it leans into the whole heel shtick here, where it's like, hey, you know, my man needs to be fresh. You came in here fresh. You didn't have to do it right after a match. You know, my guy needs the same thing, and I thought it was a good heel tactic from Akbar in the point he was trying to make with his guy. You know, he just wrestled. He needs to be fresh. I thought it was good. I like the way they did that, and it bleeds over into the next week as well.
It wasn't really even a heel tactic. It was just like actual sense. Like, wait a minute, it's not fair that he does this. He just wrestled the match, even if it wasn't grueling. It was just
the heel tactic I was referencing.
Defeated Paul Orndorff via disqualification. The Louisiana champion Junkyard Dog defeated Bob Orton Jr. The Iron Sheik defeated Jake Roberts. Bob Roop defeated Leroy Brown. Ed Wiskowski over Ricky Ferrara. And Brian Blair defeated Jerry Novak on December 18th in Shreveport. Of course, that's where they tape these shows at the Irish McNeil Boys Club. The Mid-South Tag Team Champions Junkyard Dog and Mike George defeated Paul Orndorff and Bob Orton Jr. in a steel cage match. North American champ Ted DiBiase defeated Bob Roop. Dusty Rhodes defeated the Iron Sheik. Ernie Ladd defeated Leroy Brown. Those two were former tag team champions about a year earlier. Ed Wiskowski defeated Jake Roberts. Brian Blair defeated Jerry Novak, and in the opening match, Terry Orndorff had a draw with Frank Monty. December 19th, Alexandria, Louisiana.
Last night.
How far is
Wonderful.
Shreveport from Alexandria?
I had an awesome sleep last night.
It's good.
Mid-South Tag Champions Junkyard Dog and Mike George defeated Paul Orndorff and Bob Orton Jr. North American champ Ted DiBiase defeated Bob Roop via disqualification. Dusty Rhodes defeated Ernie Ladd via disqualification. The Iron Sheik beat Jake Roberts. Ed Wiskowski over Brian Blair. Terry Orndorff down Don Serrano. And in the opener, Frank Monty beat Ricky Ferrara. And on December 20th in Houma, Louisiana. Now, how far is Houma from Alexandria and Shreveport?
So Homa's a long drive, because Houma is only an hour from New Orleans. So you're talking, especially during that time when you didn't have, I don't think you had Interstate 49 back then, which connects Lafayette to Shreveport and Alexandria and all that. So that would have been a heck of a haul to go. I mean, you're talking probably a good at least 5 hours, I would think, especially during that time frame when roads were, as you and Jim were talking about a few weeks back, just not
Oh.
Technically heel tag teams, but now here he is on the scene. So it's just the way Mid-South Wrestling works. No one is secure in their exact spot. Of course, this match, simple match. Again, Mike George really over those fans that were still there, and he wins with a drop kick to Ric Flair. A drop kick, and by the way, it was a good drop kick.
for a big guy. He got up and he nailed Ferrara, which, Watts
Precious One is about the same type of tactics as the Khomeini and the embassy. Without warning, they struck a defenseless person at the time. The crowd is shouting, USA, USA. The Sheikh puts the camel clutch on Precious Ellering with Akbar in there with the flag. Jack Howard trying to come to the aid, thrown out on the floor. The Sheikh's got the Precious One at his mercy.
Okay. So here we are in the ring. The Iron Sheik attacks Paul Ellering in the middle of the Persian Club Challenge, and then he puts him in the camel clutch after beating him around. But this is the first we get, Mike, of political Bill Watts.
Yes.
Who's awesome, whether you agree with him or not. It's the way he just slides that stuff into the wrestling show.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but I didn't see a jacket on
Paulie
Brian.
Dangerously's Dangerous Alliance. He won the TV title, the US title twice, and held the tag titles with Brian Pillman for 5 months as the Hollywood Blondes. But despite all of this, he hadn't found that voice, that famous stone-cold anti-hero persona. Enter ECW. After Austin was fired from WCW for being unmarketable, solid business strategy from Eric Bischoff there, Paul Heyman, remembering him from his alliance, gave him a job in ECW. It was there that Austin cut vicious promos on WCW, born of real frustration, calling it where the big boys play with each other. This pissed-off redneck persona was the germ of what was soon to become a megastar. And Austin played up how important ECW was to his career during the One Night Stand 2005 pay-per-view, where he emerged as the locker room's de facto leader. However, what they want you to forget about his time with ECW is that he only wrestled 2 matches, both of which were against ECW champion Mikey Whipwreck, both of which he lost. Then WWF snatched him up, and he was gone, having never picked up a
Apparently standing backstage with his fists taped, just in case HBK tried any funny business. Elsewhere on the show, the Brothers of Destruction faced off, which sounds exciting, but was actually a little bit crap. Also, Mankind and Chainsaw Charlie beat the New Age Outlaws in a dumpster match, which sounds crap, but was actually a little bit exciting. Number 17, WrestleMania 8. This one caused a few fights at Cultaholic HQ. And wasn't the biggest shock ever once he was finally given a path to the main event, but for much of the build-up, his day in the sun looked like it would never come. Despite raucous popularity, WWE did not seem keen on pushing D-Bry at all. Thankfully, they eventually saw sense and had him defeat Triple H.
Guys, what's up? It's currently 6:17 p.m. I'm ending my vlog, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!